What's up guys, it's Paraly5er here. We're back with another Grounded 2 video. Today we're covering all of the returning and the new creatures shown off so far that are in Grounded 2. We have a lot of creatures coming back from the first Grounded game. We have a lot of new ones that have been shown off too, and today I'm breaking them all down. If you aren't subscribed already, make sure you hit the button. I'm going to be covering all the Grounded 2 news coming up. And I want to try and hit 50k subs before the game releases, so make sure you hit the button. Starting off with our first creature shown in the trailers here, we have the aphid. Now, technically we only see a stuffed aphid in the trailer, however, the aphids will be returning. This was also confirmed by the official Grounded Twitter, so they will 100% be in Grounded 2. The next creature we see returning to the game is the Weevil, another passive creature that we love to have in our backyard. Up next we have the Gnat. Now these are very sneaky, they're hard to see in the trailer, but there are Gnats coming back in Grounded 2, another passive creature. The next creature we have returning is the Red Soldier Ant. Now it's also worth noting that the saddle for the Red Soldier Ant looks very similar to the canteens from Grounded 1, so it's made from grub hide. Meaning, although we don't see grubs in the trailer, I am going to say 100% grubs will be returning in Grounded 2, because otherwise, how are you going to make the saddle for the Red Soldier Ant? Our next returning creature, along with the soldier, we have the Red Worker Ant to join him as well. Then, sadly, the larvae are returning. One of the most hated creatures in the game will be back to annoy you once again. Next we have Spiderlings, another annoying creature. There will be web sacks returning, and inside of them you will find Spiderlings once again, and these guys will be as pesky as ever. Another returning creature is the Bombardier Beetle. Now, these guys shoot acid everywhere, they're very dangerous, and they will be back for Grounded 2. Next, we have another hated creature. The Mosquito is returning in Grounded 2. This is probably one of the creatures that people hate the most, although they did nerf it towards the end of the first Grounded, where it was much easier to stun them. However, they are returning for the second installment. We also have the Wolf Spider coming back and looking completely different to the way it did in Grounded 1. It's much scarier and hopefully much more dangerous as well. We also get a look at these stink bugs returning to the game too, so those are another creature returning for Grounded 2. We also saw the Orb Weavers in the trailer. These guys are now able to make webs while they're fighting you to block your attacks, which is a very cool addition. I'm happy to see that the creatures are coming back, but getting a rework in terms of attack patterns. With the return of the Orb Weaver, we also have the Orb Weaver Jr., its baby brother. These guys are slightly more annoying as they do poison you from time to time, and they will be returning for the second installment. Another creature we're happy to see coming back is bees. Now, obviously, there is a chance in the future, fingers crossed, we will get the bees as a buggy. Would be very cool to be able to fly across the yard. But upon the release of Grounded 2, this will not be a thing. There's only 2 buggies in the game at the start. So that means the only use for the bees at the moment is killing them for their pollen and bee fuzz. Next, we get a quick nighttime shot which shows off the fireflies coming back to the game. And then for this next one, this is more of a speculative one. When they do a pan shot of this speaker, on the top, you can see the antenna of what looks to be a moth. Now, they do later show the top of the speaker with a mantis on top, but these antennae are not from a mantis because they're not green. They're all one color and it's all white. I don't think it's a butterfly because the butterfly's antennae are black and white. These antennae are just purely white. I believe this is a moth. If I'm wrong, but I think that we have moths returning to Grounded 2, but this one is not a 100% one, it's more speculation. Another creature returning to the backyard is the giant crow. He will be back, we will be able to collect crow feathers again, presumably, and hopefully we can peep him again too. And the final creature that is returning inside of Grounded 2 is the ladybugs. That is all the creatures that featured in Grounded 1 that will be returning for Grounded 2. Next, we're moving on to the creatures that are brand new inside of Grounded 2. For our first brand new creature, this one's kind of a not completely brand new. It's the orc bee. Now, bees already existed in Grounded 1, but the orc variation did not. So this would be a brand new creature. And I'm not sure why we have an orc variation of the bee, to be honest. This is a very interesting find. It's from a screenshot from an article, and I'm interested to see how this works and how this will go down with an orc creature. Because Omnant are supposed to be the good guys now, so why are we fighting the orc creatures that they've kind of brainwashed? The next new creature in Grounded 2, we finally have snails. They are confirmed. There was a snail shell in Grounded 1, but never any snails that you could find. This time around, though, we do actually have these snails crawling around in the hedge-looking biome. We also get a quick look at a caterpillar in the game. These guys look crazy. Loads of cool, unique colors. I'm very excited to fight one of these guys and see what kind of attack patterns they have, if they have any special abilities. I'm just excited to fight all these new creatures in the game. Up next, we get to see two creatures at once. We have the cockroach sort of mother or father, or the big cockroach. And then we have a little baby cockroach as well. So presumably these guys can produce children, and no one likes cockroaches. These guys, I can already tell, are not going to be fun to fight. They kind of give me stink bug vibes, except they don't produce a cloud of stink. They're just going to chase you around and annoy you, is my my prediction, but we'll have to see. I'm still excited to fight them nonetheless, because I'm excited to fight all the new creatures in the game. Then we have the mantis here. Now, this is not the orchid mantis from the first Grounded. It's actually a new type of mantis. I believe it is the praying mantis, but I could be wrong. It could be a different type of mantis. If anyone knows for certain what it is, let me know. But it is a green mantis. Presumably, this will not be a boss. It is roaming around the yard. We see it in multiple clips. So it's going to be a slightly less difficult version, hopefully. And we'll have to see what kind of attacks it has. We also get our first look at the butterflies, another brand new creature to the game. Once again, very exciting, very cool looking creature. Looks to be similar to the moth in terms of attacks, and I'm excited to fight it and see what kind of armor we can make, because we do see some cool butterfly looking armor in the trailer. Up next, we have the scorpions. Now, there is a blue variation of the scorpion that they seem to fight around the yard. And then when they're in the sort of cold area, there is this red scorpion. Now, I'm not sure if that's because the people fighting the scorpion are shooting spicy attacks at it, or if there are two variations of the scorpion across the yard. I'm going to say there's probably just one variation, and it's just the way it looks in the trailer when you're shooting spicy effects at the creature. But we do have a second variation of the scorpion, which is the orc version in the screenshot for the game. There is an orc scorpion with the same thing that the bees have on in that orc bee screenshot. So we do have two different scorpion variations. Then another new creature we have in Grounded 2 is the baby scorpions. These will appear alongside the bigger scorpions, and they're just tiny little baby versions. We also have confirmed that there is a tarantula in the game. We don't have any gameplay of this, but it was confirmed via a mutation that there is a tarantula. Most likely it is a boss that gives you a mutation for killing it. And finally, we have the mysterious stranger, another potential boss in the game that we have to defeat that unlocks a mutation for you. Once again, we don't have any gameplay of this enemy. That's every creature we've seen so far inside of Grounded 2. If I missed any that you think you've seen, let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like on it, and I'll see you in the next Grounded 2 video. Have a great rest of your day.